about
Okay,
her.
did you feel at all nervous having a black doctor?
No, not at all. I wouldn't even have thought about it except for that. I felt a little bit more nervous having a woman doctor. There were two things that I had yesterday with her that I've never had before.
An
Okay?
erection?
No, there were two things that I had with her. One is I never had a woman doctor.
Uh-huh.
I always had male doctors, and like if they're gonna like do hands-on, I want it to be a guy. I don't want a woman, And I asked her, I said that to her. I said like, I'm not so comfortable with like a female doctor, right? And she was like, well, I got news for you, buddy. There's no male doctors on staff today. And it's like you can't like reserve a county.
Yeah.
You just like you get who they give you. I didn't have a problem. You would have said, hey, do you have any doctors that aren't black? You didn't just like get a free ride during grad school, like somebody who's competent. I don't need you when you're voodoo. This is not a time for like a lesson in ebonics. Like don't break into some rap here. I need someone to like really like check me. And I just waited 8 hours and I could see you doing that. And I like, no, that's where I was at. Okay.
So what were the two things?
Oh, that was one of them. I never had a female doctor before. The other one is I never had
happy ending before.
That was a really bizarre one. She just went for it like that. I never had a doctor who was younger than me.
Ah.
I guess you get to a certain age.
Was she cute?
Yeah, she was pretty cute. And like, I was kind of like, okay, first of all, county doesn't have old doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it, right? Who do they get? They get the ones like right out of med school.
The ideal.
It's like, cause you ever been to county?
No.
Oh my God, it's like the waiting room was like all Mexicans and white trash. All Mexicans.
No blacks?
A couple of blacks, but it was like predominantly Mexicans and white, and Mexicans who didn't speak English, and just like white trash. And when I say white trash, I mean like meth addicts who came in who were like obviously on drugs.
So I've never ridden the bus. I haven't ridden the bus in like 15, 16 years.
Okay.
Because you get those undesirable types who ride the bus.
Yeah, it used to be called RTD, Rapid Transit District, and we said RTD was rough, tough, and dangerous. Right? And like they put me in this bed when I was in there, and next to me was this woman, and like she was complaining about she had an abscess in her gums, right? And I'm like, she's a meth addict. I'm like, she's a meth addict. It's like, you know what I mean? She had meth mouth. I think they figured it out. I think. You know what else? Another thing you get in county that you don't get anywhere else. I was like watching people walk by, right? And this guy in an orange jumpsuit with ankle and not just what do you call them? What do you call those things?
On the wrists.
Yeah. What do you call them? The wrist ones.
Handcuffs.
Handcuffs. God. But he also had ankle cuffs, and they were like wobbling him down the thing, and there was like sheriffs walking in and out. This is where they take like all these guys, and I was like, oh my God. And it must happen all the time because the nurses didn't even bat an eye. They didn't even care. They've seen it all day long. All right, so there's that. Any comments on it?
I went to a writing workshop. I started a writing workshop yesterday.
Oh, okay. How'd that go?
It was cool. We had this exercise. I need to pull it up on my blog.
Oh.
Can I pull it
Yeah.
on my blog?
There you go.
So we had this exercise where we would talk about the mask that we wear and then who we really are underneath.
Yeah.
So I said that the mask I wear is that I'm a decent, law-abiding citizen who treats other people as he wants to be treated.
Okay.
But what I try to hide is my anxiety, my fear, my insecurity, my predatory instincts, not towards children. And I try to hide how much most people disgust me, because I don't like dirty people. I don't like dumb people who don't realize they're dumb. I don't like irresponsible people. I hate drunks. I hate drug addicts. I hate people who take welfare instead of working. I hate people who take no care with their appearance. I hate people who don't take into consideration the effect they have on others. I hate ice princesses who don't talk to me and hot chicks who ignore me. And I hate people who lecture others about recycling and global warming. And I hate prissy old women who want me to clean up my writing. And so I could just go on for pages about the kind of people that I hate. And I fear that I'd meet a lot of such people, both on the bus and at LA County.
Oh, you're definitely going to meet a lot of those at county, because you know what? I'll take care of the rest. You're going to meet some of those people at county, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any money, right?
Yeah.
So they're like all there on Medi-Cal and all these things. Now you realize you do hate me, right? Because by going
That wasn't a new realization.
No, because the fact that I'm going to county means I'm taking money from welfare. I'm taking your tax dollars. Actually, they were my own tax dollars because I paid into the system too. But theoretically, I'm taking, I'm what do you call sucking off the public tip
Yeah.
by going to county. So you hate me too. I don't work.
So I've been reading this book on what caused this current recession, and it's talking about the housing industry. And the Federal Reserve is ranked by race who has the most loan defaults, who's like the least likely to pay back a loan. So blacks have the highest rate of loan defaults at 9%.
Okay.
Native Americans at 6%.
Okay.
Hispanics at 5%. Whites at 4%, and Asians at 3%. And made the point that the poorest Asians had higher credit scores than white people making over $75,000 a year, and the blacks making over $75,000 a year tended to have lower credit scores than poor white people. So like these habits of paying your debts, being a responsible citizen, they're vitally important. They're culturally ingrained, and some groups have them and some groups don't. So if you were going to lend money, all other factors being equal, you'd have a far higher likelihood of getting paid back if you lent to an Asian than to a black. More likelihood of being paid back if you lent to an Asian than a white.
What about an Australian who converts because of a Jew?
And things that ooze out of genitalia, and like you think this is like really private stuff. Why is religion and the priest getting involved with my penis just because I'm like using some pus or
Get the government and the priests out of my penis.
Yeah, get them off my penis, or just like maybe there's like a blockage in my. So I was watching a movie on Sunday about good and evil. It was called For Your Eyes Only. It was a James Bond film.
I saw that when I was a kid, possibly, yeah?
Yeah, 1981. So my friend Sean said, Carol Bouquet is lovely in this one, overall quite underrated. So I just wanted to make it clear, I wouldn't rule her out or any young lady out of my life, so long as she's still in her 20s, so long as she's fertile, so long as she's willing to convert to Orthodox Judaism. I bring this up because a lot of blokes say to me things like, hey, check out that bird, she looks quite fit, or the midot on that girl would stop a bus, or what I wouldn't give to study Pirkei Avot with that Sheila. So I just wanted to get that out there.
And you did.
And I did.
Very nice.
So
what was the point of that with this week's Parsha, by the way? You started the Parsha, and then you went to this. Can you tell me what Bechlal that has to do with the Parsha?
It's more implicit.
I'm just not.
Well,
I'm not at the spiritual level to understand the connection. Got it.
The Pasha is all about the battle between good and evil, just like James Bond.
Oh, okay. Here's a question for Rav. Since genitalia are on topic now, why is it that when you go to Orthodox shul, you sometimes see frummer Jews sitting down and scratching their nuts while looking into empty space? Isn't it indecent?
Yeah, it's disgusting,
Okay.
and I hate people like that.
He asked it to me, and I don't.
Well, the reason it happens is that Orthodox Jews tend to be more comfortable at shul because they spend more time at shul than Reform Jews. Like Reform Jews will go to shul just a few times a year often. So Orthodox Jews will frequently go to shul every day. So if you go somewhere every day, you're going to feel more comfortable there, and then you'll do things like that, even though